Stocks to invest in 2018. So before I go over the stocks that I think you should invest in 2018, let me just go over my portfolio so you could see exactly what I own, what I bought. All right, so in my TFSA in Questrade, I bought some H&R Block at 23.25. It closed today at 22.86. So this is a stock that I would recommend if I personally bought it. This stock was actually given to me as a tip in the comments of one of my videos. When I looked it up, I saw that it was at a new 52-week low. So I like buying at 52-week lows. It pays pretty good dividends, 4% per year. Pretty good market cap, 4.8 billion. Obviously, it has the name H&R Block. It isn't going anywhere. If you look at financials, pretty steady revenue, around 3 billion. Net income has been growing though. If you look at it per quarter, you could see that obviously because it's seasonal, they get most of their income during personal tax time, which is in April. You could see that not every quarter is the same. And then when I look at reports, most reports say buy with a 12-month target price of higher than 23. For example, this one here says hold with a 12-month target price of 27. Morningstar says Morningstar doesn't give a good fair value. So Morningstar suggests that it is overvalued, the stock right now. But just based on charts, if you look at 1 year, it's been above 23 for 1 year. For 2 years, you could see that it's been above 23 for about maybe a year and a half. And 3 years, you could see that it's been above 23 for about 2 years. Let's go to 5 years. So it's been above 23 most of the time. So even in 5 years, you can see that it's been above 23 for about maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe about four out of the 5 years it's been above 23. So it's a price I'm comfortable at, and that's why I bought it. While I'm waiting, I'm collecting dividends and just wait for it to go back up whenever it does and sell at a price that I'm comfortable at. Usually at a 10% gain, I'll usually sell. I've got Pepsi that I bought at 100. I think yesterday it reached 109, even 109.50, and today it dropped back to 107, but it closed at 108.5. So obviously this is a good buy because obviously it's a big name, not going anywhere. It was at a 52-week low when it was at 95. Right now it's at 100, and it's been going up since I bought it. I could actually sell it and make an easy 8% in two or 3 weeks, but I think it has potential to go higher and in a very short period. So I'm just gonna hold on to it a bit longer. And if I look at reports for Pepsi, strong buy and a 12-month target price of 120. So probably at 112, I'd consider selling. I got some Procter Gamble that I bought at 74, closed today at 78, giving me a 5% return, but I'm still going to hold on to it, probably going to sell at around 85. I've got some Starbucks that I bought at 51, closed today at 50.38. So in my opinion, this is definitely a good buy. And I've got some AT&T that I bought at 32, which closed at 31.61. Another great buy. So obviously these are stocks that I would recommend to invest in 2018. H&R Block, Pepsi, Procter Gamble, Starbucks, and AT&T. But obviously timing is very important and the price that you buy it at. H&R Block below 23, Pepsi, I think personally I wouldn't rebuy at 108, but because there's obviously if you look at it long term, it's going to go above 120 for sure. So even at 108, it's still a good buy. Procter Gamble at 78. I bought it at 74. Maybe if it goes back down, it would be a good buy. It still has a lot of potential to grow. I think the 52-week high on Procter & Gamble was, here, let's check it out. So 52-week high of Procter & Gamble was 94. So it's got good potential and it pays good dividends of about 3.68%. Oh, and speaking of dividends, if you own US stocks in a TFSA and these US stocks pay dividends, you're gonna get a withholding tax on those dividends, even if you're in a TFSA. But there is a way to avoid that withholding tax, but there's a form you have to fill out and send to your brokerage, which is called the W8BEN, Certificate of Foreign Status of Beneficial Owner for United States Tax Withholding and Reporting Individuals. So this is a form you need to fill out. CIBC Investors Edge made me aware of this form because I've been getting a lot of taxes withheld on my US dividends. So if we go to my Investors Edge account, transaction history, let's say a TFSA, USD, last 30 months, sorry, I meant TFSA. So here you could see all the tax withheld from US stocks that I own in my TFSA. So it's always a small percentage. So let's say I'm getting $10 dividend, they'll probably withhold $1 or $2. It adds up if you own a lot of shares. So this can be avoided by filling out the W8BEN form and send it back to your broker. All right, so going back to my portfolio. So these are stocks that I would recommend in 2018, stocks to invest in. And speaking of H&R Block, if you need an accountant, don't hesitate to send me a message. If you live in Canada, I'll gladly file your income taxes even if you're late. And it's okay to go past the deadline as long as you don't owe money. So if you're expecting a refund, the deadline doesn't really apply to you. It only applies if you expect to pay, if you owe a balance. Then in that case, you're going to pay a penalty and interest for going over the deadline. So if we look at my RSP account in Questrade, so I still got the dividend 15 split corp that I bought at $6.69, a little bit too high. Closed today at $5.40. I got some WestJet Airlines that I bought at $20, closed today at $18.23. I might buy some more WestJet. Usually when the price drops below, more than 10% below the price that I bought it at initially, I'll buy some more of the same stock. So at 18, I would buy more of WestJet. I think I have about $1,000 Canadian available in my RSP, but I put an order on Berkshire Hathaway at 184, but it closed at 186. So I could cancel it and probably just buy some more WestJet. I'd prefer to buy Berkshire and Hathaway, of course. It's much more safer. And for sure it's going back up. So Berkshire and Hathaway is another stock that I would recommend to buy in 2018 in the 180s for sure. So yesterday it reached 185. Since I'm a little greedy, I put an order at 184 just to play safe, because I never know what the lowest point is. So to help me get closer to the lowest point, I just put an order a little bit lower than the price that I see it at. And I've got my Walmart shares at 86. Today it traded in the 86 or even 87, but it closed at 85.94. And Walmart is definitely a good buy even at this price. If I look in my Investors Edge account, TFSA, I still got the Synovus Energy that I bought at 15, closed today at 13.27, so that's good. It's getting closer to the 15. I got my Enbridge that I bought at 45 average price, closed at 42.69. That's good. Got my Hudson Bay that I bought at $13.50, closed at $11.81, getting closer. General Electric that went up today almost 8%. I bought this one a little bit too high. I bought it at 17 and it closed today at 13.74. So basically everything in my Investors Edge account I bought a little bit too high. I don't know why. And I'm just waiting for it to go back up. Kraft Heinz, same thing. I bought it at 75. Closed at 63. The only thing that I bought at a good price here is New York Mortgage Trust that I bought at 6. But this one I'm keeping anyways long term because I'm collecting 13% dividends per year. So this is a stock that I just hold on to. If it goes to 7 or 8, maybe I'll sell. But everything else I bought a little bit too high and I'm just waiting for it to go back up. But while I'm waiting, I'm collecting dividends. So Kraft Heinz, General Electric, and Enbridge, they pay pretty good dividends. Synovus Energy and Hudson Bay have pretty low dividends, I think like even less than 1% dividends per year. And if I look in my RESP account, I've got some Enbridge also that I bought at an average price of 48, closed at 42.69. And I've got some Bank of Nova Scotia that I bought at 76, closed at 75.72, but it was trading above 76 today, but closed at 75. So this Bank of Nova Scotia is definitely a stock I'd recommend. So to summarize, stocks that I would invest in, or that you've seen, or that you see that I bought myself, so I can definitely recommend, is Bank of Nova Scotia, Enbridge, WestJet, Walmart, H&R Block, Starbucks, and AT&T. Some other stocks that I would look into is Berkshire and Hathaway for sure in the 180s, Barclays at 10, American Airlines, it's trading at 39 right now, all new 52-week low. I'm always a little bit afraid of airlines, especially airlines that I've never used, so I don't really know them. But reports are positive. They're saying strong buy in the 52-week. Here, let's look at American Airlines. So reports are pretty positive on American Airlines, saying 52-week target price is 57. Let's look at the financials. So revenue is always in the 40 billions. Net income is dropping. So that's probably why the stock is going down. Quarterly, it's steady at 11 or 10 billion per quarter. Net income is also dropping, so probably that's why the stock is going down. Stock price is going down. If you look at reports, I think it's gonna be a strong buy. Yeah, there you go, strong buy with a 12-month target price of 60. So long term, this is a good stock. Don't know what the lowest price is though. Might drop some more. I probably put an order at 37, 38. Hopefully I buy it at the lowest point. If not, I'll just hold on to it a bit longer. Eventually it's gonna go back up. Although dividends are pretty low, only 1% per year. So while I'm waiting, I'm only collecting 1%, which is not much. I'm also watching Ford. This stock I bought at around 10.91 and I sold at 11.9. And it went past 12 and now it came back down again to 11.53. Even today's low was 11.49. If it drops below 11, I'm gonna buy some more Ford, and it pays very good dividends, 5% per year. So these were my stock tips for 2018. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Any stock tips, also leave them in the comments below. If you're gonna open an account with Questrade, use my referral code so we can both get up to $250. Well, between $25 and $250, depending on how much you deposit initially. And remember, if you live in Canada and you need a CPA to do your taxes, to file your income taxes, don't hesitate to message me. Thanks for watching.